So, someone very special to me usually uses the term locked in, and I didn't know what that meant at first, but I learned that it means to like be focused on something. And I can tell you one thing, I was just not locked in for this entire series of matchups. And there's like multiple reasons why. The first thing is I was up against Alpha. And, you know, from the Alliance tag alone, he is one of the best players out there because, yeah, he is in GT40. That is a massive, massive deal, right? But the bigger issue with Alpha is that he is one of my closest Mcoc friends. Now, why is that a problem? Well, it's hard to focus when you're like up against someone you know really well, and that person is on call with you while you do the matchup. So yeah, we were on call this entire time, and you know, I couldn't really focus because of that. And it was just like I was having too much of a good time to like, you know, focus up on this matchup. I just couldn't really take it seriously, you know? And the result is that, yeah, this was a disaster class. Oh my gosh, it was just so bad. But I'll try to walk you through it. First round here, I think I got to like invite him first, so he had the disadvantage, I think. That's how it worked. Yeah. Okay, so I go for Silk, I go for Hulk, and you know, Battlegrounds, it's a pretty fun time, I think. Like this current meta though is pretty annoying with like the indestructible and the unblockable and the massive attack rating increase. But Alva goes for Onslaught here, a rank 2 Onslaught, pretty scary stuff. I go for Photon here because, you know, rank 3 Photon. Yeah, she's kind of good, I think, anyway. But yeah, I go for Shuri too. Not really like the best draft out there, to be honest. Like, I could have gotten like much better champions here, but yeah, I opt for Shuri, and maybe that wasn't the right call. I don't know, like, I guess Killmonger was right there, but then again, Archangel's right there too, so yeah, not too fussed about that. And plus, I can use Shuri for Kindred now, so that was the plan until he re-rolled. And by the way, re-rolling is totally fine in this tournament. Like, it is like roll that you can re-roll. It like has like only one person can do it in the matchup, and it's like the one that has a disadvantage. So yeah, he re-rolled and got Photon, and I don't have a Photon counter besides like maybe Silk, so that's just amazing. I picked CGR, and I was so hesitant on this pick because you're gonna find out very, very soon that I cannot play CGR. He's just in there for like ban bait sometimes, but oh my gosh. Okay, so he's gonna place terax first. Rank 3 terax, you know, fun fact about terax, he's pretty dang annoying, and at rank 3, he is very, very annoying. So yeah, that was already just a fun start. And here he's gonna use, I believe, Hulk for the Hulk. And yeah, you're gonna see very quickly that we both just weren't ready for this matchup. But yeah, he's gonna Hulk the Hulk, and I'm gonna use CGR here, and this is where the fun really begins. Alright, let's just get into it. So, I rank 5 CGR, and I was like, this guy's gonna pay off so much. And here's the thing, CGR is one of the best champions in the game, flat out, if other people play him. When I use CGR, he looks like a mid-tier Cosmic. So that's where like it was just such a fun time. And you know, like the rotation I had down pretty well. Like for example, right there, I got it pretty much perfectly. However, it's the part after where I just forget everything, and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? I do that, right? No, okay, maybe not. Then I just freeze for some reason, and I was like, okay, this is where it's just gonna be terrible, isn't it? And I was pretty much correct. So I'm gonna go back in, then I drop my SB2 again, get the debuff up to like power lock him and fate steal him. And yeah, I just waited out a bit because yeah, the rock field is very scary for a rank 3 terax. Then I go back in, get the combo going again, and yeah, I'm not doing like too bad I guess now, but he's unblockable. I should have dropped the relic because I think I had it. And yeah, we're back to square one again. He drops the SB2, he has the indestructible still up, go back in, and then I get the relic hit here, and yeah, this just isn't going too well. It's just not going well at all, to be honest. But it could be worse. I could be not alive, I guess. And you know, since I am alive, I'm I think I'm kind of chilling. But yeah, I dropped the SP2 one more time, and this was just a total dumpster fire of a fight. This could have been like so much better. However, this is why I said it's a disaster class, because yeah, Alva wasn't cooking either, and I'll be honest, like neither of us cooked for the entire like series of matchups. I had two good fights. I had like two single good fights in this entire series, and yeah, they were okay, like nothing too impressive, but besides those, I just got dumpstered on, man. But here he goes, or here I go for Shuri, and he's gonna go with, I believe, Onslaught. Yeah, I think he goes for Onslaught. And, you know, I've used Hulkling here a ton, and I had this matchup. Like, I was doing it pretty much, like, picture perfect, right? But then, I guess, like, the jitters just got me, and then I just, like, messed it up big time. So you're gonna see, he's gonna jug to Shuri. It can be fast, it can be also, like, not super fast, so it's like, a bit 50-50, right? But, yeah, I had this in the bag. Like, if I were to just... You're going to see the mistake I made that, like, cost me. And, you know, for, like, future matchups, I just need better awareness of, like, the opponent's health and, like, my, you know, situation, too. Because, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, really. I guess I was distracted from, like, the call, maybe. But, yeah, I was just not locked in. And we're gonna go in here. We're gonna go unblockable on purpose, because once he drops the SP1 again, I'm gonna have so many charges from like just standing there. So yeah, we're chilling. He drops it. This is perfect. This is the perfect scenario, like genuinely, because I'm gonna go in here, drop a 5 combo into the SP2, and this is the perfect scenario right here. I go in, get a nice set of crits, then go for the relic. And here I should have gone in, finished the combo, and dropped the SP1. But I didn't. I just backed off for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking there. The SP1 would have finished the fight. And I would have won this because Alva didn't cook with jugs either. So... yeah, that's so annoying, like genuinely. Like I had the fight right there. I just needed to finish it with like the SP1, and I didn't. So yeah, just so silly of me, and I was so upset. Okay, I wasn't upset at first because I didn't realize that I was so close to finishing the fight, but like once I watched back the footage, which by the way, doing that was so sad because oh my god, I just played terribly throughout this whole entire thing. Yeah, that just wasn't good, man. Like I cannot believe I did that. But yeah, we're chilling. Final round. We have a photon off, and yeah, we both get dumpstered on yet again. Who would have thunk it? Alright, so he has ascended rank 6 photon or rank 5 photon, but like people call ascended photons like rank 6. It's weird. And I have a rank 3 7-star. And you're gonna see that photon kind of wins me this entire series. And yeah, spoiler, I win the series, but yeah, first photon matchup, I have Silk here, and Silk does work decently well usually, but I just, you know, choked it because I guess just like jitters and everything. But yeah, check this out. So she's gonna drop the SP2, no big deal, and once that happens, I'm chilling, right? But she's not playing ball right now for some reason. But then check this out, we're gonna go in, drop a combo, wait for the buffs to fall off, and once that happens, I'm gonna go for a parry, trigger the miss so it doesn't happen again. Then I go in, into the relic, into the heavy attack again, then drop the SP2, and that's pretty much your main damage source for the entire fight. And like that's how you do the fight, and I did it pretty well there. Like just do it again and then I'm chilling, right? But then I kind of mess up, so yeah, you're gonna see I get dexed. That's funny, and then that just like throws me off guard. And so yeah, I'm already just like a mess right now because I just got dexed on by a defender, which is crazy. Like yeah, defenders are crazy these days. Then she drops the SP2, no big deal. Then I go in while she has pure light form because I forgot that she does that, and yeah, I messed that up big time. I honestly had that. Like that was honestly a pretty decent try by me. And yeah, if I just didn't get hit there, I would have won the thing. So yeah, as you can see, we are both we're not locked in, right? And then I was just like, okay, I could have won that like easily 2-0, right? Like that was my thought process. So I'm like, okay, I really just gotta lock in now. And spoiler alert, I never lock in this entire series, but neither does Alva, thankfully. But yeah. Another thing that happened that's pretty important is I kind of got like very ideal drafts, right? Because Photon just plays a huge role in this entire series. So my bans this time around are Tigra, Nick Fury, and Archangel. Nick Fury is just super annoying. Archangel is just Archangel, and Tigra is like the best attacker right now for this meta. But yeah, here I go for Photon because yeah, he banned Mantis, and I don't think he had Mantis anyway, but like he doesn't really have a Photon counter besides Black Cat, so if he doesn't get Black Cat, I'm kind of chilling. So that was the game plan at least. And here he goes for Kate Bishop and terax again. Now, keep in mind, I didn't really like, lock in here, and I'm gonna realize that, hey, maybe I should start banning terax. So after this matchup, I'm gonna start banning terax, and that honestly was a massive play because that, takes off the defender that I'm struggling with the most. So yeah, that was the game plan. And yeah, he goes for Hulkling and Juggernaut, very scary combination. And I go for Jugs as well. And then I go for Dust because, Dust is a pretty new champion, and I think like that's still good enough to throw people off. So yeah, I pick Dust here. And then he goes for Titania, who is rank 3 by the way, so that's just fantastic. And he also has Sauron too, so yeah, he has a lot of options to go for here. And I make sure I'm recording because I just want to play it safe. He goes for Sauron, who is rank 3 as well, so that's also very scary. And this draft honestly just sucks, so I re-roll. I get Red Skull, which is pretty massive, and I also get Hulkling, so not a bad combination at all. I believe I go for, Red Skull and I think Hulkling after this. Yeah, I don't go for Long Shot. And he gets the final draft of Bullseye, which is fantastic. Said no one ever. Oh my god, I cannot stand Bullseye. And he also has Black Cat for Photon maybe, or even CGR. But he goes for Bullseye here. And, Bullseye can be taken with CGR if you're good at CGR, and I am not good at CGR, so you're gonna see that, that matchup is inevitable, and it is a dumpster fire yet again. And he's gonna place, I believe, terax here, and this was the funniest thing ever, because we were on call, like I said, right? And you're gonna see, like, I'm gonna go Hulkling here, no big deal. Gonna be a tough fight because my Hulkling is rank 5 unascended, but yeah, you'll just see what happens because it is one of the goofiest endings ever. So I'm going to pick Hulkling because I don't really need him for anything else. And he's going to go with Kate Bishop here because, Red Skull, very, very niche champion and like hard to counter. And Kate Bishop is one of the few counters for him. So yeah, he goes for Kate Bishop here. And I cannot believe that. I cannot believe what's about to happen, and you're going to see what happens, and you're going to see that, like, this is honestly just so embarrassing. But, okay, fight starts, no big deal. Rock field is up. It does a lot of damage, so gotta back off for a bit. And, rank 3 terax is just vicious, really. Like, rank 2 terax, just kind of okay. Rank 3 terax, pretty big deal because the rock field damage is just insane, really. And now he has the buffs up, so that's just not fun. I just play it slow now, wait for the rock field to go away, and once that happens, we're just chilling. So it does go away. I go for the pierces, I get the SP2 ready, and that does some pretty great damage. And now I'm just essentially chilling. Go for the parry, get some nice damage going here. He drops the SP1, which is kind of unideal, but it's fine. And so far, not so bad. And it was at this moment where Alva told me on call that he got hit by Red Skull and he is down to like 8% health. And so I was like, okay, I have to just lock in now because if I finish this with like, anything above 8%, I just kind of get the win, right? And you're going to see what happens in a second here, but he has the rock filled up again. No big deal. And Okay, I'm sorry. I can't even focus right now because of like what's about to happen. So now he's unblockable. No big deal. I go for the pierces, get the pierce up, and then I drop the SP2, does some pretty great damage, and then he tells me right here, you should get hit while he's in the rock field because, you know, Terax, when he's in the rock field, can kind of just one-shot you with any hit. And so Alva told me that, and I was like, you know, that's pretty funny. Let me just make sure that I don't get hit while he's in the rock field, right? Because, yeah, I won't survive that. And what happens? I get hit while in the rock field, and it does 67,000 damage, and it gives Alva the win. So, so that is just so fantastic. Oh my god. He jinxed me 100%. He 100% jinxed me, and I was like, okay, I gotta lock in now. I cannot be down like 0-2 because if that happens, then I just cannot recover from it. But yeah, he places, I believe, Sauron here, and you know, Sauron at rank 3, no big deal for like Juggernaut, but you know, I was so nervous right now because I was down. And, you know, if I lost this, like, entire matchup, then I was just in the worst position possible. So, I was so scared right now. I tried to hide it because, like, you know, I was on call with him. So, I was like, you know what? I'm chilling. I'm fine. And, yeah, I jugged this Sauron here. And you're gonna see that, yeah, I mess up the easiest fight ever. And I do it in, like, the stupidest fashion as well. So it's so fun. But yeah, rank 3 Sauron honestly is pretty scary because of his health pool, and he's also just like very, very unforgiving on defense. But yeah, he drops the SP1, no big deal here. I get the dex, and yeah, so far so good. He drops it again, perfect. And here I try to just like time it well, and I don't. So I lose all my unstoppables, which is just so fun. And then yeah, just a bad spot already. I'm just not doing well here. Then he drops the SP1 again, and I missed the dex, so that's just amazing. But then I gotta recover quickly because yeah, Titania is a very fast champion, so I try to do that. He gets the indestructible, which is fine, and yeah, I'm not cooking right now. But then I nullify the indestructible, go back in, get a nice 51,000 crit. And, you know, this matchup is looking a bit better now, thankfully, but still not looking that good overall. But then I go for a combo, get the relic hit, and yeah, this matchup is now over. And Titania is taking a bit of time, and Dust actually does clutch it up for me big time. Oh my gosh, man. Dude, this champion is just so good on defense. Like, people doubted her at first, like, on defense, but she has just been cooking so many people. It's insane. And yeah, she got me that like win. And now we're down to this. We're down to Photon on defense again, which is funny because Alva just cannot fight her. And I mean, like, he can fight her with like the right counter, but he just doesn't have the right counter, right? And I'm down to CGR versus Bullseye. And if you forgot what I said before, you can do Bullseye with CGR if you know how to play CGR. And like I also said before, I don't know how to play CGR that well, especially against Bullseye, who is one of the scariest defenders in the game. So yeah, this is gonna be another dumpster fire, another classic me match, but you know what, as long as Photon does Photon things, I think I have a chance. And you know, the start was okay. I need him to drop the SP1 ASAP, which he does, thankfully. So yeah, that's a pretty great start. And yeah, not too shabby right now. There I get the parry, which is perfect. I go back in, drop the SP2, and hey, this is honestly going not too bad. Here he gets armor broken, expected from CGR, and yeah, there I drop the relic. I thought I would get the hit, but I don't, which kind of like, you know, slowed things down a bit, but it's fine because I have no aptitude now, which is whatever. But yeah, that kind of just ruined everything a bit, so that sucks. But I think it was at this point where Alva told me on call, yeah, I got hit and lost all my health, so as long as you survive and stay healthy, you might win this. And I was like, okay, deal. So yeah, new game plan, survive. Just survive. Just try to have some amount of health left and you win, right? That was the game plan now. And you know, of course I mess up. Of course, right when he says that, I mess up. So I was like, oh my gosh, if I throw this, I'm gonna be so mad at myself. So I have to lock in now. I have to just survive. I cannot die to this bullseye. And you know, I'm getting kind of scared now because he has the unblockable coming up. He has the evade right there. So I'm like, okay, come on, just please survive, CGR. And I have 25 seconds left. I'm like, come on, I can do this. I can do this. I just need to not like miss a dex or something. So I go for the intercept pretty soon, I believe. And no, I go for the parry actually, which is perfect, even better. I get the SP2 off, and he needs to drop that ASAP. And he does not. So I just go for the relic hit, and then I go for like a few hits there, and yeah, I survived, thankfully. Oh my gosh, and it got me the win. So that was just bad. But hey, I'm not down 0-2, because if I was down 0-2, I would have just been like completely done for. So I have a chance now again. And this next matchup is my only good matchup throughout the entire series. And I'm pretty proud of it because one of the fights is a kind of like very difficult fight, but I got it down perfectly. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. But here is round number 3. But before that, I have to take a break because oh my gosh, I can barely breathe right now. So give me a second. Okay, I'm alive. Hello. And yeah, this is what, match number 3. And I banned terax now because no more of that. No more of those 65,000 mediums. I am tired of facing terax. And yeah, I don't ban Archangel instead. And what do you know? He gets him first things first. That is just fantastic. But thankfully you can ban, like you can like draft around Archangel. So like that isn't the biggest deal, I guess. But yeah, he goes for Sunspot here anyway, which is interesting. And yeah, making sure I'm recording, which I am. So that's good. And yeah, I get photon immediately, which is massive. And he gets Kindred, like Sherry, Bishop, and then here he rerolls, right? Because you know this draft isn't too great, and he told me that he got pretty much the exact same champions in his reroll. So yeah, Alba was just getting kind of screwed over right now, and I felt really bad, but it is what it is. But yeah, he's gonna go for, I don't even remember what he goes for here. Yeah, he goes for a future Ant-Man and Juggernaut, the two champions that like were unique to the draft. It's like to the reroll, sorry. But then I get Juggernaut too, and I also get Kushala, so that's also a massive win. He gets Bullseye, which is scary, but I have Kushala, so I'm kind of chilling with that. And he also has the option of like Werewolf by Night, Hulk as well. But then I get this lovely little Maestro here, and I wasn't gonna pick Maestro at first, but then I thought maybe he messes up, right? Because if you mess up in the slightest against Maestro, he is one of the most unforgiving champions, especially this meta. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna pick him, and I don't pick him, and I feel so dumb for it, right? Because I didn't pick Maestro, but then there he is again, that lovely man, and I go for him that time around, and I am so happy that I picked Maestro here because I'm gonna place him, I think, ASAP. And I did it because I was like, okay, I don't really have anyone for Onslaught, so let me just place Maestro if he places Onslaught, which he does. So I'm like, okay, I'll just place Maestro here, and so I do that, and he's gonna Juggernaut that, obviously, but I'm gonna have to Juggernaut this Onslaught as well. And you know, Alva called me crazy for it, but I was like, trust the process, just trust the process. And this was my only good matchup, I think, besides the like one after this. But check this out. So I've done it before. I did it against like Beppe, I believe. Yeah, Beppe. And you know, that one was like perfect. This one wasn't as perfect, but I think it was still pretty good. So there I got the crush charge out of the way, and so I don't lose my, you know, unstoppables and all that. And yeah, now it's time to just like go in, just try to burst him down now. We get the nullify twice in a row, thankfully. And there I go for the SP2, and I don't get any crits besides that 50,000 crit, which is a massive deal. So yeah, that's huge. Go back in, drop the relic, go back in again, drop the SP2, and that was the perfect Onslaught fight with Juggernaut. That could not have gone any better. And you know, I said I was gonna pick Maestro just for fodder, but Maestro actually stands guard here. massive. If I skipped out on Maestro again, I would have been just like completely done for, right? But thankfully he came up in the final draft and I picked him and he saved me this round. So yeah, Maestro, you know, sometimes he pays off at rank 3, sometimes he just isn't like, you know, the best defender out there because of like Tiger or CGR, but this time around he came in clutch big time. And yeah, now I was just waiting, like the matchup is secured now at this point, and yeah, Maestro is he's still in it, man. You know, rank 3 Maestro has about 400,000 health, so that is a pretty big deal. And yeah, like with Maestro, if you mess up one thing and he goes into like that glancing phase and that cosmic radiation phase, cosmic radiation phase, you just will not survive without like taking a ton of damage. And yeah, he did that, so we're chilling. And now round 2, I decide to go for Killmonger here because he only has Black Cat for it, and if he uses Black Cat, that means Photon is just gonna, you know, do Photon things again. So that was like my game plan, and it did work, so that's pretty perfect. And here I believe he drops Hulk, and so I go for Gallon here. And yeah, Gallon for Hulk, one of the better options, but to be honest, actually no, Hulk is a pretty good defender because if you mess up once and get like hit by the SP1 or something, you are just done for, and it's gonna hurt big time. So yeah, he goes for Black Cat here, so if it goes to round 3, I can place Photon, and Photon gets me the win. So that was the game plan at least. So yeah, Gallon versus Hulk, no big deal, just don't get hit by the SP1 and you're chilling, right? So yeah, I just gotta, you know, play normally and just not mess up. That's really about it. And I do play this like pretty normally, so yeah, that's good at least. One of my only good matchups in this entire thing. But yeah, he drops the SP2, and if that were to hit me, that'd probably do like 1,000,000 damage, not even lying. Like that would have done so much damage. He drops the SP1, that was also pretty scary, but we're chilling. And yeah, this Hulk is kind of being like very nice to me, so I'll take it. And yeah, we go back in here, we drop a combo into the SP1 again, and it doesn't do enough, unfortunately, so like that kind of hurts, but it is what it is. He drops the SP2, no big deal. I go back into the relic again, and yeah, the buffs are about to go away, which is perfect. And he drops the SP1 again, no big deal. And then I drop my heavy attack into the SP1, and this matchup is now over. Pretty much a perfect fight there. Could have gone a bit better, but you know, we still got the win, so I'll take it. And yeah, now I'm up 2-1. So I was feeling a bit better now, like from being down 0-1 to being up 2-1, kind of like a pretty big turn of the tables, I guess. That's not even a phrase, whatever. But yeah, I'll take the win. That was pretty sweet. And now we have the next matchup here, and if you can tell by the time, this is the final matchup. So yeah, got the win here. Pretty big deal because this is a best of 5 thing. And yeah, so I was just 1 win away. I ban Terax immediately because he is not getting any light anymore, because yeah, he's been costing me too many matchups. There, Alva goes for Mcoc, Atuma, and Mantis. And I'll be honest, if I was Alva, I think I would have gone for a Photon ban at this point, like instead of Atuma maybe, because he has like CGR for Atuma, he has Bishop, he has Sauron even. So yeah, I would have gone for like a Photon ban, sorry. But here he goes for Gallon and Hulk, no big deal. I go for Kushala because Kushala is just so clutch for Bullseye especially. And actually I go for Dust here because yeah, Dust is just doing super well for me. And there he gets Bullseye, but I'm chilling because I have Kushala, so I was feeling pretty good right now. And then I believe he goes for Juggernaut too, so yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Unless he doesn't go for Juggernaut, let me see. I swear he does. I think he does, I don't know. No, he goes for Kushala there actually, so that's a pretty good pick because Dust is vulnerable to Incinerate, so yeah, Kushala just pretty much melts her. And then I get the perfect draft there of Photon and Juggernaut. two massive game changers, and now I'm feeling pretty good about this. But then he gets Black Cat for Photon, so that's also pretty scary. And then he gets Scorpion as well. Then I get like CGR, I get Onslaught, Gallon, so many good options here, but I go for Onslaught and Gallon because yeah, those are just some pretty amazing champions. So the stage is now set pretty much. I have a pretty good draft. Like I have some very scary champions like, you know, Dust and also Photon and also Onslaught. And I also have some good attackers like, you know, Kushala, Juggernaut too. So I think I am looking pretty good here. Alva's draft is pretty decent as well, but like, you know, it could have been better for sure. But yeah, here he places, I believe, Scorpion, which is kind of a smart pick because yeah, I don't really have a Scorpion option, or so I thought, until I thought about it and I'm like, wait a second, can't I just Juggernaut this guy? And so I go for that. I go for Juggernaut here, and you know, he goes for, I believe, Hulk. And you know, Hulk's a pretty good option for Dust because glancing doesn't affect Hulk at all. So yeah, pretty smart pick there. And yeah, Juggernaut versus Scorpion. If I get hit by one heavy attack, it's just completely over, so I gotta make sure to not do that. But yeah, knowing my luck, I was gonna get hit by it ASAP, but hey, I honestly do kind of good here again. And like Juggernaut, I don't know, he's a character that I feel like is just so fun to play, and you know, sometimes it's just the best champion in the game, so it is what it is. Here he just doesn't really play ball, but then I get a combo going. I get the nullify twice, which is very, very ideal and pretty lucky to be honest. And yeah, there he drops CSP2. I cannot block it because of the Petrify on block, so I am just, you know, playing it cautious a bit. There I get evaded, which is whatever. Then I go back in, drop the SP2, and that was like a 40-something second takedown of a rank 6 Scorpion. So yeah, that was like a pretty good matchup on my part, and like, you know, Hulk kind of crushed us there too, so that was kind of scary for both of us. But yeah, now it's time for round 2 here. I'm gonna just place Photon immediately because I want to just try to get Black Cat out of the way, so I do that, and I believe he places Bullseye, which is very, very scary. Now, here's the thing. I kind of went all in here because if I didn't win this matchup, he places Gallon and I just lose because yeah, Gallon is just so niche and I don't have a counter for him. So yeah, I went all in for this win, and he Black Cats the Photon and I Kushala the Bullseye, and this fight can go very, very well, or it can just go very badly because Bullseye is Bullseye. So I go in for the fight, and you know, it's been a rough 3 matchups besides that one Juggernaut fight, and now I have to prove myself a bit to get this guaranteed win. And what do? Like the first 10 seconds, I get hit. So that's already a fun time. And now I'm just like, okay, whatever. I give up. Well, I didn't give up. I had to like keep focusing because, you know, Photon is very unforgiving too. So if he does mess up, I am, you know, I'm redeemed, I guess. But yeah, I dropped the SP1, and the fight is now under pretty good control. We have the unblockable up, or like the block unblockable up, so we're looking pretty good right now. And there the evade goes away. I go back in, get the intercept, drop the SP1 again, and we're looking pretty good right now, to be honest. But then here's where things get like pretty sketchy because he is just not throwing the SP1. There he finally does it, but then I lose pretty much all of my spells, which is super annoying. So yeah, I have to get those back now. There I drop the heavy attack, and here I try the intercept, but I just don't get it. Then I try it again right here. No, I don't. I just go for the SP1, and you know, that didn't really do anything. So yeah, this just turned bad very, very quickly. And I was just kind of nervous here because I just cannot afford to get hit, which I don't, thankfully. And yeah, go back in here, get the intercept, drop the SP1, and we nullify the buff, and we're so close to the finish. Just please survive, Kushala, and she does. And he's still in the fight, so there is a chance. And you know, Photon is just very unforgiving as well, so maybe, just maybe, Photon does clutch it up, because I messed up big time in that fight, and I honestly don't deserve this win. But you know, it is Photon, right? And thankfully she clutches it up for me. So that that was just like a bad matchup all around for both of us. We knew it at the time too, and like yeah, we both know that like we could have done so much better. But hey, a win's a win. I move on to the what round? The round of 16 or something. So that's cool. And yeah, I have to start locking in. And to be fair, I think I will start locking in because, you know, playing Alva, it's like, you know, playing one of your closest friends, it's hard to like focus up because you're like, you know, playing your closest friend. So it's like, okay, I have to just do good now, and I guess I can do it now that like my next opponents are people that I don't really know that well. But yeah, that was kind of fun. It was a disaster. Let me know your thoughts on it, and yes, about it for me.